first time, the state's task force on inclusive education met at the Capitol. The topic, how to diversify textbooks in California.
Our political reporter Morgan Reiner joins us now with what they discussed. Morgan.
Heather and Carla, there are several bills this task force is supporting, including one that ups the threshold for a local school district to be able to ban a book. Now, what do Republicans think of this? Well, none of the Republicans I spoke to knew this task force was happening until I reached out.
Superintendent of Public Education Tony Thurmond put together a special task force made up of lawmakers to discuss the best way to diversify the system.
When students see images that look like them or content about their experience, they do better.
The task force is supporting 3 bills. First, AB 5, which requires all teachers and staff to take a LGBTQ+ cultural competency training.
Provides the training that teachers want and need to support LGBTQ and all students.
AB 1352 by Assemblymember Mia Bonta requires local school districts to follow the state's policies, curriculum, and practices. It also allows a school board member by a 2/3 vote to be removed for not following the state.
This is about addressing systemic bias at its whole. I'm thankful that this task force will lead us in that direction.
Then there's AB 1078 by Assemblymember Corey Jackson. It would require a 2/3 vote to ban any material and then set up an appeals process for the state to review the decision.
A critical response to ensuring that we put the brakes on the banning of books.
Looking at the list of speakers, I didn't see any lawmakers from across the aisle, so I asked if Republicans were involved in this task force.
Not that I'm aware of, at least not to date, but we welcome the participation of members from any party. This isn't a partisan issue.
Republican Assemblymember Bill Asaley found out about it because of my interview request.
I would have loved to join and actually have a productive conversation about how do we improve our schools? How do we have equal education for all kids, regardless of their zip code?
He opposes the bills the task force is supporting.
I think Corey Jackson is a radical member of this House, and anything he proposes should be viewed with great skepticism. When I look at this bill, it looks like he's trying to indoctrinate the kids at schools with his ideology.
Okay, so I want to put that last statement into context for you. Why did Asaley call Jackson a radical? Because in this tweet, Assemblymember Corey Jackson recently called Bill Asaley, who is also the only Muslim lawmaker, the perfect example of how a minority can become a white supremacist. And because he voted against a measure that would bring back affirmative action in California. In 1996, California voters passed a measure to prohibit public instruction from considering race, sex, or ethnicity in public employment and education.
You can feel some contentious conversations coming in this whole discussion, Morgan. But something Governor Newsom says quite often is localism is determinative, and that means the state can make policy, but it's up to local governments to deliver. Are these measures taking away local control, and what do lawmakers and Thurmond say about that?
Newsom does say that all the time, and Tony Thurmond acknowledged that local control is a priority, but said these bills aim to stop the actions of those school board members who are hiding, quote, racism and hate under the guise of local control. He said local control doesn't give you the right to inflict pain.
Quite the controversial story. Morgan Reiner reporting live from Sacramento. Morgan, thanks.